Welcome to Tungal College online classes. Hello students, how are you all? Today I am going to start another important topic of atomic structure, but the name is quantum mechanical model of atom. What is quantum mechanics? What quantum mechanics will deal? So quantum mechanics is a theoretical science that deals with the study of motions of microscopic objects that have both wave-like properties and particle-like properties. In simple words, the quantum mechanics is defined as the branch of science that take into account dual behavior of matter. So in previous classes you learned dual behavior of matter. Dual behavior in the sense the matter has both wave-like properties as well as particle-like properties. Now let us read the definition of quantum mechanics. First definition. Quantum mechanics is a theoretical science Quantum mechanics is a theoretical science that deals with the study of microscopic object, the study of microscopic objects that have wave-like properties and particle-like properties. Wave-like properties and particle-like properties. So another definition we have, the definition is or the quantum mechanics also will be defined as the branch of science that take into account of dual behavior of matter. The take into account of dual behavior of matter is called quantum mechanics. Is called quantum mechanics. Another important point of quantum mechanics is quantum mechanics will consider only microscopic objects. Study about the microscopic objects. The quantum mechanics will consider only microscopic objects. It do not consider macroscopic object. The reason behind it is macroscopic objects do not have wave-like properties. Wave-like properties are insignificant. In simple words, the macroscopic objects have insignificant wave-like properties. Based on this point, quantum mechanics do not consider macroscopic object. It will consider only microscopic object. There are two scholars by the name is Heisenberg and Schrödinger. These two scholars developed the quantum mechanics independently. So among them, the Schrödinger gives a fundamental equation for the quantum mechanics. The name is Schrödinger. Schrödinger equation. So Heisenberg and Schrödinger independently developed the quantum mechanics, proposed the quantum mechanics. Among them, Schrödinger gave the fundamental equation for the quantum mechanics. The fundamental equation is h cap psi is equal to E psi. So this is the fundamental equation for the quantum mechanics. Because of development of this equation, he got Nobel Prize in physics. Here h cap psi. This h cap psi has symbol h is called as a Hamiltonian operator. Hamiltonian operator, it is nothing but a mathematical operator. Here psi is a wave function or orbital wave function. Psi is a wave function, we have to take it as a psi. So psi is pronounced as a psi, it is a wave function. Then what remaining the term you have is E. E is equal to energy or total energy. Total energy of system, that system may be atoms or molecules. If the total energy in the sense the kinetic energies of all the subatomic particles we can count. Kinetic energies of all subatomic particles. And apart from it, in between the nucleus and electrons, so there is electrostatic force of attraction. Right? Electrostatic attraction force developed with the nucleus and electrons. And in this total energy we have to consider attractive potential between the nucleus and electron. In addition to that, between the two electrons there is a repulsions will be there. The repulsion potential between the two electrons also will consider taking account of total energy. The total energy may be kinetic energies of all the subatomic particles, or attractive potential between the nucleus and electron, or you can take a repulsive potential between the electrons. So we are taking the form of total energy. So this is a Schrödinger wave equation. H cap psi is equal to E psi. Here H cap is the Hamiltonian operator, nothing but a mathematical operator. Psi is a wave function and E is the total energy. Now let us discuss orbitals, atomic orbitals. Atomic orbital. The atomic orbital is defined as the three-dimensional region around the nucleus where the probability of finding electron is maximum is called as an orbital. Right? For understanding purpose, I am taking an atom, its nucleus, and electrons are continuously revolving in the nucleus in a circular paths. These circular paths we have to call as orbits. So there is one common difference. Orbits are different from orbitals. Orbitals and orbits are both are different. Orbit meaning is circular paths of electrons around the nucleus, but orbitals are the maximum probability of finding electron. Now this is an atom, its nucleus, electrons are revolving. And dividing this atom into three coordinates, three axes. This I am labeling as x-axis, x coordinate. This I am labeling as z, and this I am labeling as y. So x, y, z. Already we know very well that these three axes or these three coordinates are perpendicular to each other. Now this is the center of atom nucleus. Around the nucleus, so we took the three-dimensional space. In this three-dimensional space, where the maximum probability of finding electron. So when electron rotating some place, density of electron is maximum. In some places, density of electron is very less. Where the electron is maximum located, that region we are calling as orbitals. So orbitals are the where the maximum density of electron is located, or maximum probability of finding electron is there, we have to call them as orbitals. Now, so we can write the sentence. The three-dimensional region or space, the three-dimensional region around the three-dimensional region around the nucleus, the three-dimensional region around the nucleus where probability of finding electron is maximum. The probability of finding electron is maximum is called orbital or atomic orbital. And one more important point is the square of wave function. So like this, modulus square. The square of orbital function also we have to term as the square of wave function or orbital wave function, also termed as atomic orbital or simply orbital. So in general definition is the three-dimensional region. This is a three-dimensional region. We divide the atom into three coordinates. So we got a three-dimensional space. The three-dimensional region or space around the nucleus. Here is the nucleus where the probability of finding electron is maximum. So electron is rotating where the maximum you can able to locate that region are calling as orbitals. So there are different types of orbitals is there. So they are one is s orbital, p orbital, d orbital, f orbital, and so on. There are different kinds of orbitals will be there. These all orbitals qualitatively will be distinguished from each other by they differ from their size. The size is different and second one is they differ in energy. They differ in energy and they differ in orientation. Each orbital is designated by a quantum numbers. Designated by a quantum numbers. Let us discuss about quantum numbers one by one in detail. Next topic is quantum numbers. The atomic orbitals are distinguished from each other by quantum numbers. The quantum numbers are identification numbers which are used to identify where the electron is located in atom. The electron may be present in the second energy level, electron may be present in the third energy level, electron may be present in the fourth energy level, maybe electron present in the first energy level. So electrons are distributed in various energy levels. So where the electron exactly located, we are able to identify using quantum numbers. There are four types of quantum numbers is there. One is a principal quantum number, the second one is azimuthal quantum number, third one is magnetic quantum number, and the fourth one is a spin quantum number. Let us write it. The first one is principal quantum number. Principal quantum number. The second one is azimuthal quantum number. Third one is magnetic quantum number. Magnetic quantum number, and the fourth one is spin quantum number. Spin quantum number. Now another important point I am going to tell you that principal quantum number depends upon the azimuthal quantum number. Azimuthal quantum number, principal quantum number, azimuthal quantum number depends upon the principal quantum number. Azimuthal quantum number depends upon the principal quantum number. Principal quantum number depends upon the azimuthal quantum number. This point you should understand very, very clearly. This azimuthal quantum number depends upon principal quantum number. Magnetic quantum number depends upon the azimuthal quantum number. We will discuss in detail one by one. Here onwards you can look at listen the class very carefully. Now for understanding purpose I am taking an atom, right, its nucleus. This is a first orbit, second orbit, third orbit, and so on. Many orbits will be there. These orbits are numbered as 1, 2, 3, 4 and so on. These are called as main energy levels. Main energy levels, clear. And they are designated as first shell is called as K shell. This is called as main energy levels. This is a K shell, second shell is L shell, third is M shell, N shell and so on. First shell is K shell, second shell is L shell, third shell is M shell, fourth is N shell and so on. These are also nothing but main energy levels, or we have to call them as main shells. Main shells. Now what I am doing is I am taking these shells on a line. I am drawing one line from one end to another end. I drawn one line from one end to another end. So you know I am drawing one, I am showing one thickened line. This line nothing but K shell. First shell, this circular orbit, I took in the form of a small line, not this line. This line, just understanding purpose, this small line represents which shell? K shell. This represents K shell. Then second line, this one. This line is nothing but K L shell. This L shell I am showing here. This is a L shell. So circular orbit I took in the form of a small line. Don't confuse. Then I am taking the third shell. This is the third shell. This third shell also I am showing in the form of like this. This line M shell and so on. K, L, M, N and so on. Simply I took orbits in the form of a small lines on the small lines. Right? This represents what? Main shells. I already said main shell, K shell, L shell, M shell, N shell. Nothing but first orbit to second orbit to third orbit. They are main energy levels are also called as main shells. Then, so this is representation of main shells on the line. Now let us discuss one by one in detail principal quantum number, azimuthal quantum number, magnetic and spin quantum number. I am going to tell one more time. Azimuthal quantum number depends upon the principal quantum number. If you understand the principal quantum number, you will get azimuthal. If you understand the azimuthal, you get magnetic quantum number. So of course spin quantum number do not depends upon them. Azimuthal quantum number depends upon the principal quantum number and the magnetic quantum number depends upon the azimuthal quantum number. We will discuss one by one in there. Listen very carefully. Now coming to the principal quantum number. First we are going to discuss about principal quantum number. Point number 1 regarding the principal quantum number. It is denoted by letter N. It is denoted by letter L. The second important point is it is proposed by Niels Bohr. It is proposed by the Niels Bohr. First point is it is proposed by the Niels Bohr and it is denoted by the letter N. And what mainly principal quantum number will tell? It determines or it explains. It determines size of orbital and energy of orbital. It determines size of orbital and energies of orbital. And another last important point of permitted values. This point is very carefully. The permitted values of N is equal to 1 main shell, N is equal to K shell, N is equal to L shell, 3, 4. The permitted values of principal quantum number is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and so on. So permitted values of N is equal to 1, 2, 3, 4 and so on. So what is the point to understand from the principal quantum number? Principal quantum number mainly explains about main shell. So for this case N is equal to what? 1. For this shell N is equal to what? 2 L shell. N is equal to 3 what? M shell. N is equal to 4 what? N shell and so on. Principal quantum number explains about main energy levels. Then coming to the azimuthal quantum number. Azimuthal quantum number. This one you have to listen very carefully. Azimuthal quantum number, it was proposed by Sommerfeld. First point. Second point, it denoted by letter L, small l. Denoted by the letter small l. Point number 3, it determines shapes of orbitals. Principal azimuthal quantum number mainly determines shapes of orbital. Fourth important point, permitted values. What are the values are possible? The permitted values of L 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 and so on. L is equal to minimum value is 0. We have to start from 0. Principal quantum number starts from 1 and azimuthal quantum number starts from 0. 0, 1, 2, 3. Very, very important points. This starts from 1, 1, 2, 3, 4 and so on. Azimuthal quantum number starts from 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 and so on. If L is equal to 0, S orbital. L is equal to 0, S orbital. L is equal to 1, P orbital. Remember this point. L is equal to 2, D orbital. L is equal to 3, F orbital. This point you have to keep in mind, very important. You have to keep in your mind. L is equal to 0. Permitted values are 0, 1, 2, 3 and so on. This point is clear. Next point is if L is equal to 0, S orbital, L is equal to 1, P orbital, L is equal to 2, D orbital, L is equal to 3, F orbital and so on. Another important point, it depends on principal quantum number. It depends on principal quantum number. In simple words, L value depends upon the N value. This point you have to remember very carefully. L value depends upon the N value. How? Let us see. Now understand it. I am drawing another line. Right? I drawn another line. Now K is equal to, this is the main energy level. I am drawing here is azimuthal quantum number L values. L I am drawing here. So N is equal to, first take is N is equal to 1. N is equal to 1 in the sense, what about the L value? L is equal to what? Possibilities 0 only. The values of L depends upon the values of N. N is equal to 1, L is equal to only one possibility. Now we will get clarity. N is equal to 2 is there. Then what is the possible values of L? L is equal to 0, 1. Total possible values is 2. The total values of L is equal to N. Total values how many is there? 1, 2 values. N is equal to 2. Then suppose N is equal to 3 I am taking. Then what are the possibilities of L values? N is equal to 3. Total number of values possible for L is 3 values possible. What are they? First one is 0. The second one is 1. Third one is 2. So total values is 0, 1, 2. Total values is 3. So that I said L value depends upon the N value. Suppose N is equal to 4. Then how do you take L values? L is equal to, possibilities is, total possibilities how many you have to take? 4 possibilities. 1, so 0, 1, 2, 3. So total possibility values is equal to how many? 4. So L value depends upon the N value. Same thing we have to draw here. This point also you should keep in mind. Don't confuse here. Very, very important. N is equal to 1. N is equal to 1. How many L values possible? Only one, 0 possible. Then only one possibility, that is equal to 0. 0. 0 in the sense what? Which orbital? 0 in the sense what? S orbital. So 0 in the sense what? S orbital. 1 in the sense what? P orbital. 2 in the sense what? D orbital. 3 in the sense what? F orbital. So 0 in the sense only one orbital S. So S orbital. This S orbital is nothing but sub energy level. Sub energy levels. Yes. Now N is equal to 2. N is equal to 2. How many possibilities? N is equal to, L is equal to 0, 1. 2 possibilities. So this is one possibility, 0, and this is another possibility, 1. 0 in the sense what? S orbital. This is S orbital. 1 in the sense what? P orbital. This is P orbital. I think clear what I am explaining. Follow it carefully. N is equal to 3. How many possibilities? N is equal to 3. So 1, 2, 3. N is equal to 3 in the sense 3 values possible, L value. They are, this is 1, 0, this is 1, this is another 1, 2. Total 3. 1, 2, 3 values possible. L is equal to 0. I wrote there. L is equal to 0. What I wrote here? Yes. This is S orbital. L is equal to what I wrote here, p. So this is p orbital. L is equal to 2, what I wrote here, d orbital. This is d orbital, s, p, d orbital, and so on. This is information regarding the azimuthal quantum number. What is the point to understand from it? Main shell split into two subshells. Main shell here is only one shell, main shell again. This main shell, L shell split into two shells, S and P, and M shell split into three shells, subshells, S, P, D. So main shell split into three shells, main shell splits into two shells, this main shell did not split because only one value will be possible. These are the sub energy levels. Sub energy levels given by whom? Azimuthal quantum number. Clear? Then coming to the fourth one. Fourth one, what we have? Magnetic quantum number. So this is third one. Third one is magnetic quantum. Magnetic quantum number. Let us write the points regarding it. It was proposed by Lande. Point number 1. Each and every case I gave points, 4 points I gave. Who proposed, by whom we will denote, what it explains mainly, and one more thing is permitted values. First, proposed by Lande. Then second one is denote. It denoted by letter M, small m. It is denoted by letter small m. Point number 3. It determine orientation. Of orbital. So it determines the orientation of orbitals. Orientation in the sense in which direction they are rotating. Suppose if you take so this direction or this direction or this direction or this direction. The rotation we are calling as orientations. Orientations is explained by the magnetic quantum number. Another important point is permitted values. So the permitted values are -1, 0, plus or minus L. So M is equal to plus or minus L. Simply the point is the values of M depends upon the values of L. It depends on azimuthal quantum number. Azimuthal quantum number. It depends upon azimuthal quantum number. Now let us understand this point. These points are very common. This point you have to understand in detail. If you understand, you will get one more energy level, that you will get very clear. Then I am rubbing this. I need some space. I am rubbing this. So take azimuthal quantum number. Magnetic quantum number. Suppose L is equal to 0. N is equal to 0. N is equal to 0 in the sense, what is L values possible? I am taking from here. I need much space. N is equal to 1. How many L values possible? L is equal to maximum possibilities is only 0. Clear. So L value depends upon the N value. Then possibilities values of M. M is equal to plus or minus L. That means we have to take plus or minus 0. That means 0 only. So only one possibility is M is equal to 0. L value depends upon N value, M value depends upon the L value. L is equal to 0, M also will be 0, no doubt at all. Then coming to the second case, N is equal to I am taking as 1, N is equal to I am taking as 2. How many L values are possible? So the total values of L is equal to N value. Number 2 is there, we have to take 2 L values. So this is one value 0. And this is 1, 2 possibilities. Now M values formula is what? Plus or minus L. So L is equal to 0, M also will be taken as how much? I already wrote 0. This case is no problem. Now coming to the L is equal to 1. L is equal to 1 in the sense M is equal to plus or minus L. That means plus or minus 1. Plus or minus 1 in the sense minus 1, 0, plus 1. So there are these possibilities will be there. 1 in the sense we have to write 1 in the sense how many we can write minus 1, comma 0, plus 1. Plus or minus L. Plus or minus L, minus 1, 0, plus 1, plus minus. Then n is equal to 3. Then L values are possibilities, how many is there? How many L values possible? 0, 1, 0, 1 and 2. So total values are 1, 2, 3 equal to n value. Then m values we have to write here. How many m values are possible? L is equal to 0, m also will be 0. I already shown here why it is so. Plus or minus 0, nothing but 0. L is equal to 1. L is equal to 1 in the sense m is equal to how many we can write? M is equal to plus or minus L, plus or minus 1, plus or minus 1 in the sense minus 1, 0, plus 1. For this case, minus 1, 0, plus 1. 3 possibilities. And L is equal to 0. This meaning is plus or m is equal to plus or minus 2. Plus or minus 2. That means minus 2, minus 1, 0. So minus values plus or minus 2, minus 2, minus 1, 0, plus 1, plus 2. Clear? Then I am taking these values are minus 2, minus 1, 0, plus 1, plus 2. Suppose you can understand yourself if n is equal to 4. N is equal to 4 in the sense n is equal to 4. L is equal to 0, 1, 2, 3. M values are L is equal to 0, M also is equal to what? 0. L is equal to 1, plus or minus 1. Plus or minus 1 in the sense, what will get? Minus 1, 0, plus 1. N is equal to 2, L is equal to plus or minus 2. Minus 2, minus 1, 0, plus 1, plus 2. So minus 2, minus 1, 0, plus 1, plus 2. Clear? N is equal to 3. Minus 3, minus 2, minus 1, 0, plus 1, plus 2, plus 3. So plus or minus 3 we have to write here. M is equal to plus or minus 3. Now the same concept what I explained here, you should apply in this diagram. I am drawing another line. I am drawing another line. So here L is equal to main shell sub energy level. L is equal to n is equal to 1, L is equal to 0, m also is equal to what? 0. So only one shell is possible, this is 0, that we have taken as again s orbital. 0, this is nothing but s orbital. Then here also m will be taken as 0, only one possibility, that is also again 0, this is also will be taken as s orbital. These are m values, m is equal to 0, m is equal to 0, s orbital again. Then n is equal to, L is equal to 1, 1 in the sense, n is equal to 2, 1 is 0 completed, then second one is we have taken 2, this one we have taken. So how many possibilities is there? 3 possibilities. What are they? This one split into three categories. What they are? Minus 1, 0, plus 1. Then what the point understand? L shell, L main energy level split into 2 sub energy levels. L shell split into 2 energy levels. Again this sub energy level split into 3 sub energy levels. These are called as sub energy levels. Sub energy levels. Main shell split into sub energy levels. Sub energy levels split into sub energy levels. Now minus 1, 0, plus 1. All these are what? P orbitals. All these are P orbitals, different possibilities. They are Px, Py, Pz. So P orbitals we have 3 categories. Px, Py, Pz. We cannot differentiate. Minus 1 is Px, plus 1 is Py, and so we cannot differentiate. So simply P orbitals are 3 categories. We have Px, Py, Pz. How we know that P orbitals are only 3 types? How we can determine based on m value. M is equal to 1, L is equal to 1, M is equal to minus 1, 0, plus 1. That means P orbital has, this P orbital has Px, Py, Pz. Clear? Then coming to this case, M shell. L is equal to 0, M also will be taken as 0. Then M is equal to, L is equal to 1, P orbital, 1 in the sense plus or minus 1. So minus 1, 0, plus 1. Minus 1, 0, plus 1. That means this P orbital has 3 categories. What are they? Px, Pye and Pz. Main sub-energy level split into sub-energy levels. Now coming to the D. D is equal to what? L is equal to 2. And how many values or possibilities we have take? I will rewrite. This is 2 D orbital. So how many possibilities is there? Minus 2, minus 1, 0, plus 1, plus 2. First I am writing this is minus 2. Then what we have take? Minus 1. Here I wrote minus 2, minus 1, 0, plus 1, plus 2. Minus 1, 0, plus 1, plus 2. Now what the point to understand from it? D orbital splits into 5 D orbitals. They are, this D orbital splits into 5 D orbitals, so they are dxy, one orbital, dyz, second orbital, dxz, third orbital, dx square minus y square, fourth orbital, dz square is fifth orbital. So one D orbital splits into 5 D orbitals. We got how do we know it? So D has a L is equal to plus or minus m, minus 2, minus 1, 0, plus 1, plus 2, minus 1, minus 2, 1 D orbital, minus 1, another D orbital, 0, 1 D orbital, plus 1, plus 2. Total number of 5 D orbitals is possible. They are dxy, dyz, dxz, dx square minus y square and dz square. So this is a magnetic quantum number. Conclusion from these 2 points is main energy levels split into sub-energy levels. Sub-energy levels split into sub-energy level. If you take an atom, its nucleus, this second orbit, this is the third orbit. So second orbit is further split into 2 parts. Second orbit split into S to P, two sub-energy levels. If you take again this P energy level split into minus 1, 0, plus 1, 3 sub-energy levels. If you take M shell is 3 split into 3 categories, 0, S, P, D. P is again 3 types, Px, Py, Pz. D is 5 types, dxy, dyz, xz, x square minus y square, dz square. So M shell split into 3 subshells. These 3 subshells further divided into sub-energy levels. I think got what I mean here. This is main shell, sub-energy levels and sub-energy levels. So azimuthal quantum number, so magnetic quantum number proposed by the Landé, it is denoted by the letter M, determines the orientation and M value depends upon the L value, that is plus or minus L. Next one is spin quantum number. The spin quantum number was proposed by the Uhlenbeck and Gaudsmit. Spin quantum number was proposed by the Uhlenbeck and Gaudsmit. Then second point is it is denoted by letter S. And Uhlenbeck and Gaudsmit proposed that electrons rotate around the nucleus, revolve in the nucleus, and they rotate their own axis like Earth. Earth is revolving around the Sun, and the Earth is rotating on its own axis, and revolving around the Sun. Similarly, the electrons also, suppose I am taking this is an atom and its nucleus, electrons are continuously revolving on the nucleus. In addition to that, they will rotate their own axis. It was proposed by the Uhlenbeck and Gaudsmit. What is the sentence? According to Uhlenbeck and Gaudsmit, electrons are revolving around the nucleus and they rotate their own axis. The same sentence. Electrons revolve around the nucleus and rotate on their own axis. So there are 2 kinds of rotation given by the electron. One is electron is rotating in a clockwise like this. electrons rotating in a clockwise direction. If the electron is rotating in a clockwise direction, he given as a plus half. Plus half in the sense electron is rotating in a clockwise direction. And the second one is we have minus half. Minus half in the sense electron rotating in a anti-clockwise direction. If electron rotating in a anti-clockwise is minus half, electron rotating in a clockwise is a plus half. The same sentence we have to take it. So electron's rotation is clockwise is plus half and anti-clockwise rotation is minus half. So this is a spin quantum number. Now starting itself I said the quantum numbers is used to identify where the electron is located in an atom. So let us understand by taking some examples. Simply the quantum numbers are an address of an electron. If you know the quantum numbers, we are able to find out where the electron is located. Let us take some example. Understanding purpose, I am taking quantum number n is equal to 1, n is equal to 1, l is equal to 0, n is equal to 1, l is equal to 0, m is equal to 0, s is equal to plus half. This is the address is given to you. They ask where the electron is present. What is address I gave is n is equal to 1, l is equal to 0, m is equal to 0, s is equal to plus half. N is equal to 1, electron present in the first energy level K shell. In the K shell where it is present, l is equal to 0, that is present in the s orbital. That too in s nothing but we have taken as m is equal to 0, that also nothing but s orbital itself. And plus half I mentioned, plus half in the sense what? The electron is rotating in a positive, plus in the sense they are rotating in clockwise direction. I will give one more address. N is equal to, I am writing here, I am giving address n is equal to 2. L is equal to L is equal to 1. L is equal to 1. M is equal to, imagine, minus 1. And M also will be taken as 0. M also will be taken as 0. And S is equal to minus half. This is the order is given to you, address is given to you. Then where the electron is present? N is equal to 2. In the sense it is present in the second energy level, not in the first. Electron present in the first energy level. In the first energy level, two possibilities, S is there, P is there. In these two energy level, where it is present, we have to take L is equal to 1. L is equal to 1 in the sense we have taken as P orbital. The electron may be present in the P orbital. Electron is present in the P orbital. In the P orbital, three possibilities, where they Px, Py, Pz. Then this minus 1, 0, plus 1, 3 possibilities that may be present in the Px or Py or Pz. If you take minus 1 is the Px, the electron present in the Px orbital. If you take 0 as the Py, plus 1 is the Pz, the electron present in the minus, suppose m is equal to 0 is said. L is equal to 1, m is equal to 0. M is equal to, in the sense, suppose 0 is Py orbital, the electron is present in the Py orbital. If you take, if here is minus 1 is given, suppose minus 1 is given, minus 1 in the sense the electron may be present in the minus 1 here, means nothing but what we can take as a Px orbital depending upon the designation. Then minus half indicates what? Minus half indicates the electron rotating in a anti-clockwise direction. I think you got what I mean is, so quantum numbers are used to identify the where the electron is present in atomic orbital. So this is quantum numbers. So quantum numbers are principal quantum number, azimuthal quantum number, magnetic quantum number, and spin quantum number. So what we have tried is mainly 4 points. Who discovered it, who introduced it, and who proposed it. Next one is what is the symbol we have to use to denote it. Third point, what it explains mainly. In this case, explains mainly size and energy. It explains shape of orbital. It explains about orientation, and it explains about spin. So what it explains mainly, and permitted values, what are the values are possible. N is equal to 1, 2, 3, L is equal to 0, and so on. Permitted values, and depends upon whom. Azimuthal depends upon the principal, and magnetic quantum number depends upon the azimuthal quantum number. Swing quantum number is L. So this is the quantum numbers. Next class we will continue with another atomic structure topic.